This is our third lesson in our grade 9 review, and we're going to look first at ordered pairs and solutions. So an ordered pair represents the coordinates of a point, and it's written in the form x, y. So x coordinate comes first, and then the y, and you make sure you have brackets around it. So plot the following ordered pairs on the grid below. So we are going to just label the x-axis as the horizontal axis, the y-axis the vertical. Where the two axes meet is the origin, and we're going to assume that every square is 1 unit. So our first point, A, is 2, 4. So I'm going to go to the x value of 2 and a y value of 4, and then that tells me that's point A, and I'll label it. Okay, now we have -3, -2. So my x value is -3, and my y value is -2. So this is point B. Then 0, -5. So my x value is 0. That means I'm at the origin. And then my y value is -5, which is here. And that's point C. Now we're going to go the other way. We're going to state the coordinates of the points D. So here's D. D has an x value of 4 and a y value of -4. And then we have to make sure we also put brackets around the ordered pair. E has an x value of -4 and a y value of 1. F has an x value of 0 and a y value of 3. Okay, now we're going to talk about what it means for a solution. So a solution is a point that lies on the given line. Determine which of the following points satisfy the function shown, and the function that we're looking at is a line. So again, I'm just going to write my x, my y, and identify the origin, and every square is 1 unit. It says to determine which of the following points satisfy the function. So my first point is 1, 2. So for this point to satisfy the line, it has to be on the line. So here is my x value of 1 and y value 2. So that's point A. Now let's plot point 5, 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's point B. Let's plot C, so it's -2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So right here, that is C. And then 0, -4 is D. So of the 4 points I plotted, we can see that B and D satisfy the function because they are exactly on the line. So we'll say B is yes, satisfies, and D is yes. So A and C are points that do not satisfy because they are not on the line. All right, now we're given an x value, and we have to complete the ordered pairs to show that 3, and then we pick the y value, is a solution. So if I go to an x value of 3, I can see I have to have a y value of 2 in order for that point to be a solution. So I know it has to be 2. Now the next one says you have an x value of 4. What's a y value? So it's not a solution. So an x value, 1, 2, 3, 4 is here. So if it was a solution, it would have a y value of 4. So that means I can choose any y value but 4, because the question says it's not a solution. So I'm going to pick 7. All right, for the next one, it says determine whether each of the following points satisfy the equation. So we're going to do that using a check of left side and right side. So we're checking if 1, 3 satisfies this equation. So we're going to make a chart. Our left side is y, and our right side is 2x plus 3. So now I'm going to sub in my y value. Let's remember for this point, I have x and I have y. So I just want to clarify what we're doing. We're doing the exact same thing that we did up here, except we're not using a graph. We don't have a graph of the line. We only have the equation of the line. So we're doing this algebraically by a left side, right side check. All right, so my y value is 3. And on my right side, my x value is 1. So where it says 2 times x, I'm going to put 2 times 1 plus 3. So 2 times 1 is 2, plus 3 is 5. So I can see that my left side does not equal my right side, because on my left side I have 3, and on my right side I have 5. So now I can determine that this does not satisfy. So does not satisfy the equation. Right, let's try the next point, 2, 7. So we're doing the exact same equation. So we're going to do a check, and we're checking the point, 2, 7, and we're checking it for the equation that has a left side of y and a right side of 2x plus 3. So my y value this time, the x is 2 and the y is 7. So I'm going to go ahead and plug in 7 for y. And x is 2, so instead of 2 times x, it'll be 2 times 2 plus 3. 2 times 2 is 4 plus 3, which is 7. So this time I have left side equals right side. Therefore, I know that 2, 7 does satisfy the equation. And think about what we did up here, where I started the question. B 5, 6 satisfied because it was on the line. And A did not satisfy it because it was not on the line. So that's what we decided here. We know 1, 3 does not satisfy the equation, so 1, 3 is not on that line. And 2, 7 does satisfy, so we know 2, 7 is on the line. All right, we're going to skip this question. Let's go to the back. And now we're going to be looking at the equation of a line, which is y equals mx plus b. So let's remember that m, we know, is the slope, and b is the y-intercept. That's where the line crosses the y-axis. All right, we're going to first determine, given equations or a graph, we're going to determine the slope for each. So for the first one, y equals 2x minus 4, this is in the form mx plus b, and we know that we find the slope in front of the x. It's the number that's being multiplied by the x. So the slope here is going to be 2. Now when I come down to b, this equation is not in the form mx plus b. So I can't find the slope by looking at what's in front of the x. I have to change this into mx plus b form. I'm going to do that by isolating y. So I'm going to leave 5y on my left side. I'm going to move 3x over, it becomes a negative 3x, and move negative 10 over, it becomes a positive 10. I'm going to now divide both sides by 5. So I'm left with y equals negative 3 over 5x, and 10 divided by 5 is 2. So I can see that my slope is negative 3 over 5. Okay, now I have a graph, and I'm going to determine slope, but for here I have to use an equation. So I have lots of equations I can use for slope. We know rise over run is one equation, or I could use delta y over delta x, or we could also use y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Now, for all of these equations, we need 2 points, 2 good points. So I'm going to use this point here, and as I go across, I'm looking for a point. That's a good point, that's a good point, that's a good point. And I can keep going this way. So you're looking for points that go directly through lines on the axis. So I only need 2. I've identified way more than 2. Let's go with this point and this point. So I'm going to use rise over run. To use rise over run, you have to draw yourself a right triangle, and I can see this is my rise, and it's going down, and this is my run, it's going to the right. So I'll start by doing my formula, m equals rise over run. Since we know each box is a unit, I can just count. The rise is -2 because it's going down 2, and my run is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's positive because it's going to the right. And then we'll simplify this, which would be -1 over 3, and that's my slope. All right, now the last way we're going to do slope is we're going to calculate the slope of the line that passes through the points 2, 3, and -5, 1. So we're not going to use the differences for this, and we're going to use the formula, which is the formula we wrote up here, the y2 minus y1. So before we use the formula, we need to label our points. So we know it's x, y, so we're going to say x1, y1, because that's our first point, and then x2, y2, because that's our second point. Now these 2 points are on a line, just like the 2 points we used up here are on a line. We just don't happen to have a graph of these points, and so that's why we're going to find the slope using that slope formula. All right, so let's start by writing the formula down, and now we're going to sub in. So y2 is 1 minus y1 is 3, x2 is -5, and x1 is a -2. So 1 minus 3, I'm actually going to just move this a little bit so I have more room. 1 minus 3 is -2. -5 minus 2 is a -7. And we always want to put our slope in lowest terms. So 2 negatives we know would be a +2 over 7. All right, the next thing we're going to do is practice finding the y-intercept. So I'm going to write the equation of a line here just so that we remember. Y-intercept is the b value in the equation. So we can see the b value here, and now it's not just 4, the sign in front goes with it. So the, whoops, I put m by accident. So the b equals -4. On the graph, b is where the line crosses the y-axis. So here, b is 5. Now we have a situation where we're going to have to actually calculate b. We can't just look from the information given and say it. So it says calculate the y-intercept of the line that has a slope of 1/2. So I'm going to write that down. We have a slope of 1 over 2, and we have a point of -6, -2. So that point is on the line with a slope 1 over 2. So let's go ahead and we're going to sub in using the mx plus b formula. We're going to sub in the m. So it'll be y equals 1/2 x plus b. And we're going to find b by subbing in a value for x and y, and we'll find that value in our point. So we write after this, sub in -6, -2. So our x is -6 and our y is -2. So let's put -2 where y is. And it's 1/2 times x. X is -6 plus b. All right, so to solve for b, I'm going to multiply the 1/2 times -6. I'll put -6 over 1. So I have -2 equals, that's going to be -6 over 2. And I recognize I can divide this. So -6 divided by 2 is -3. And then I'll bring -3 to the other side. Since my b is already positive, I'll leave it there. And -2 plus 3 is 1. And there's the b value. B equals 1 for this question. All right, I'm going to pause the video here and I will continue it in the next video.